That is a picture of me breaking into a car where I thought I saw some steaks, but it was not steaks.
Whose car was that?
I have no idea, Your Honor. I saw it on the highway. I was very hungry, and I looked in the back. I thought it was steak, but I guess it was some old skis.
You thought, wait, I'm sorry, you mistook a pair of old skis for steak?
I was very hungry at the time, Your Honor.
Was it sort of like one of those situations in a cartoon when a guy's on like a deserted island for a long time and his buddy kind of like turns into a ham bone or whatever?
Oh, I'm not sure, sir. I've never watched a cartoon. As you can see in the evidence, I did use my head in order to reach the steak, or rather the skis.
That's your head?
Yes, Your Honor.
I see. I guess maybe it's just the angle that looks
You
kind
know,
of weird.
I used to wear glasses, and that's probably why you don't recognize me in that.
Ah, it's the glasses. You're right.
I used to wear glasses, but then I got the LASIK.
First of all, you're describing breaking and entering, which is a crime in and of itself.
Well, sir, I ate no steak in this scenario. So the crime of eating too much steak, I'm innocent.
Oh, that's a fair point.
I gnawed on some skis, if anything, and...
That...
Double jeopardy, Judge. She can't be tried for 2 crimes at once.
That's right.
I guess that is... not technically what that means, but it's appropriate here.
Double jeopardy, and if I may say, Judge, fatal attraction.
Okay. Careful.
Judge, if I may say?
I'll let you know right now, Wolfam, my dick does not work. Your tricks will not work on me. We do have a question from one of our jurors who wants you to read your last tweet.
All right, let me just sign in here real quick. 10 years in, and we bone like we're cheating on each other with each other. A decade plus, and her clit/brown/taint area still pones my dick, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm not sure why the jurors felt it's so important to read that tweet. Not sure how it's relevant. Eat poop on thinking it was chocolate. The fuck? What are you guys talking about? What is that? A lot of people are saying that. Fine. I hate the ones that don't make any sense, but we'll take it.
Scooter Tank. What's up, bitch?
Scooter, okay, do not call me bitch. You will address me as Your Honor or Judge Learned Hand.
All right, Your Honorable bitch.
No.
Judge bitch.
I'm not Judge Bitch. I'm not Judge Bitch. My
You
name
are
is Judge
Judge
Learned.
Bitch.
No, I'm not Judge Bitch.
Yes, you're my friend and you're Judge bitch.
I'm not your friend and I'm not Judge Bitch.
You're my enemy and you're Judge bitch and I love you.
I am your enemy. I am not Judge Bitch, and I have sort of mixed feelings for you right now. You, sir, stand accused of ate poop on thinking it was chocolate.
Seriously?
Yes. Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. No, you did not. And we've got some visual evidence.
That's my dad, okay? He lost control of his ball and he's flying down the court because he's hungry.
Is that what they call that? The bowling court?
I think so.
Yes.
That's what Dad calls it.
Well, I can tell that you're an athlete because you're holding a basketball, so you
Damn
probably
right.
know better than me.
I'm all state.
You're all state in what?
A couple things, Your Honor.
Name them.
Varsity basketball and eating pussy.
Okay, all right. Careful with that language, Mr. Tank. You're in high school?
I'm 17.
Oh, you look way older than that.
Because of steroids.
Okay, all right. Ricky Gregg says, I was having my 9th birthday at the bowling alley from that last piece of evidence. We all knew it was poop. I'm pretty sure he knew it was poop too. I'll never forget my 9th birthday at the bowling alley.
Seriously?
Pretty damning evidence. Him ate it for real.
Come on, seriously?
Didn't kiss their homies goodnight. That's a good one.
Well, you're talking to your fucking wife, Diane Hand.
Diane, we've got visual evidence, so I'm gonna cut you off. What the fuck is this? What is this shit? What am I looking at here?
I've been to every single parent-teacher conference that's been called, okay? I was called to school because Lewis has been drawing those all the time. It's not even for art class, he'll have math homework.
He's
and just submit
sending that in for math homework?
That's his math homework.
That does not look like
And
math
if you
homework.
gave a shit, you'd know that.
I'm sorry, how is this related to the homies?
Here's how this is related to you know what? Because guess what? Guess what? Somebody give me a gavel. Somebody hand me a gavel.
No, you do not
Somebody
get a
hand me a
gavel.
gavel.
No,
Thank
you
you.
do not get a gavel.
Here's the situation.
Where did she get that?
Guess who's the judge now, okay?
No, I'm
You.
the judge. There's
Guess
one
what?
judge. The judge has the gavel.
Who's got the bigger gavel?
Shit.
I think it's pretty clear who's the judge here. So here's the situation. Here's the situation, okay? You're on trial for not kissing the homies goodnight, and by the homies, I mean your fucking kids.
Now, what does this mean?
Means we gotta switch places.
Oh, shit.
It's just that simple.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not...
All right. All rise for the divorce proceedings between between Diane Hand and her deadbeat piece of shit husband.
Aches
What do you
is
have
not
to
how
say
it's
for
supposed
yourself?
to work.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I have to say this has become a sham of a legal system. I don't agree with any of this. Bringing in my secret. What? My secret. What?
My name is Miss Scarlet. Oh, Mistress.
Your name is Miss Scarlet O'Mistress.
Scarlet
Got it. And
O'Mistress.
I've never seen you before.
Well, that's very funny, Judge. I think you've seen me quite a bit.
Oh.
I knew when I saw those fucking mustard stains in the laundry. I just knew.
Okay,
knew.
those
I should've
could have
known.
been from
I should've
anything.
acted on
I
it.
do love a bit of mustard.
Is that a fucking gun?
This next one we're about to do, this one was actually modeled after a real life scenario that one of our officers encountered. This one is written straight from the headlines. So I hope it's not too traumatizing for you. Let's go.
Okay, look, I'm the real Noah,
No,
okay?
I'm actually Noah.
That's bullshit.
I love
That's
cheddar
bullshit.
cheese
He's a
and
liar.
riding crops. You know this about me, ENS. Come on now.
From Beaverton, Oregon.
I'm
All rise for the Honorable me, Judge Learned Hand. Welcome in, chat. Welcome in, viewers.
He is risen.
What's that?
He is risen.
What?
So rise. He's risen, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
We're at the Church of Judge Learned Hand.
This is not the church. In fact, it's far from it. We recognize separation of church and state here, and this is
Praise the Lord.
Nope. No, we
Praise the Lord.
we worship no Lord here except for the blind Lady Justice, who of course is presiding over us here today at the Now York Superior Court. With you, our faithful jurors, who will be helping us hear some cases for some alleged criminals. There are a variety of ways that you can get involved in tonight's proceedings. Most importantly, perhaps, is to help us find out what our town criminal has been accused of. Yes, unfortunately, he was exonerated last time he was brought to court. We were not able to get him convicted, but it appears that Michael Crime once again is pending trial, and we need you to, yep, okay, these are example crimes. Crime would go here, another example of a crime. We need you to subscribe and then tell us what Michael Crime has been accused of. So every subscription during tonight's show will come with an opportunity to submit an additional crime to be added to the accusations against Michael Crime. And hopefully this time he will finally be brought to justice. You'll also be helping us hit our goal, which you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is at 1 of 20. If we get 20 more subs, we'll go to an interrogation, and for $5 you can ask the defendant a question. There's a variety of ways to interact, folks, and you will discover them soon enough. Speaking of folks, let's see who's in the jury box today. We've got Logan the Brogan, and Hip Poo Poo, and Charlton FFS, and of course Inkus Dinkus is here, and who could forget Gagent 47 or Devin Phantom or Farnham, and of course Fart Chris is in here as well. There's Apple's Dragon. And Mokoi has arrived with a party of 7. Thank you so much, Mokoi FRF, for the raid, and welcome in. And Laser Lady and Naked Comedy are here. And the rest. Citizens new and old, welcome to the jury box. It'll be your job tonight to help us decide which of these defendants are guilty of the crimes for which they stand accused and which are victim to some simple misunderstanding and are actually innocent. So let's get down to the business of hearing our first case and bring out our first defendant. Please take your place at the podium, sir, and if you wouldn't mind letting me know what your name is and your occupation, what you do here in New York.
My name's Crime Garcia.
Crime Garcia, I couldn't help but notice that you are wearing what looks like a prison jumpsuit. Are you here for like a parole hearing or something? Are you currently serving time for another crime?
Guinness Book of World Records, most crimes ever committed.
I see.
And we know each other, Judge. Come on, don't act like you don't know me. You served me plenty of times.
Mr. Garcia, I didn't recognize you with that haircut.
Yep. I got it cut for my wedding. I just got married.
You're looking good. So Mr. Garcia, okay, I understand.
You don't want to ask me who I got married to?
Well, congratulations,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Garcia. Who's the lucky lady or man?
Michael Crime.
Michael,
I got married to Michael
You got
Crime.
married to
Yep.
Michael Crime,
Yep.
who's currently pending charges.
Yep, I got
pending
married
trial.
to Michael. I'm currently in the process of changing my name, so I will be soon Crime.
You're taking his name.
Yes.
Your name will be
I
Crime.
will soon be Crime. But for now, I'm Crime Garcia.
I see,
And
so-
we'll be judged as such.
So, just to clarify here, Mr. Garcia, you are not currently serving a sentence. You're just wearing your jumpsuit because it fits sort of your brand as the guy who's been arrested for the most crimes in the world.
You know branding, Judge. You know how important that is. That's why you wear the little wig and stuff. You
not
gotta
sure
stay
what-
true to the brand.
I don't know what wig you're talking about. This is my natural hair. Chat, can you remind me what it is that Crime Garcia is accused of today? What brought Mr. Garcia in? Let's see. Okay, some really scary ones in here that I don't want to read. And we're going to take serial jaywalking. Thank you, Jaloshin. Now, Mr. Garcia, I notice you're already nodding your head. Perhaps it's because you don't take the crime of jaywalking to be serious, but frankly, it's one of the more prolific and important crimes here in our jurisdiction, as many of our pedestrian deaths here in New York are the result of jaywalking.
That's softball, Judge. That's softball crime. I would never even think about doing something as silly as jaywalking. I only do the big crimes like larceny and murder.
Mr. Garcia, if your defense is that the crime is not, I guess what, evil enough?
No, I wouldn't do it because that's the stuff, it's lame. It's lame. It would ruin my reputation if I was ever caught doing a crime that low of jaywalking. I would lose all my street cred.
I see.
Michael Crime would divorce me.
I see, so you're
I
saying...
would lose my relationship. I would lose everything. I would lose my entire life, Judge. I don't... You don't see what I'm saying. Also, you didn't respond to my wedding invitation. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up. You didn't even RSVP.
Mr. Garcia...
And I saw you open the page because I had a tracker on the wedding website. I saw that you looked at it. I saw that you opened it.
Mr. Garcia,
I'm gonna be there, Mr. Crime.
Can I get a fucking word in? Mr. Garcia, I'm sure you can appreciate the conflict of interest for a state judge to attend the wedding of a prospective criminal, especially one whose case would be getting heard in just a moment.
I was gonna let you be the flower judge.
What?
The flower judge. The judge that walks down the aisle and throws the flowers. I was gonna let you be the flower judge. You would've looked so pretty. I picked out a beautiful dress for you. And you didn't even respond.
Mr.
You didn't
Garcia.
even say no.
Mr.
At least say
Garcia.
no.
Mr. Garcia!
Mr. Learned Hand.
You are trying to change the subject, and I can appreciate that, but no amount of, what's it called when you just kind of talk and talk and talk? Thank you for that evidence. What is it called?
Cory Bookering.
Rambling is not exactly what I'm looking for. Filibuster, thank you. I'm Zach. No amount of filibustering is going to prevent this trial from going on. And I just got a reminder that you submitted some evidence as part of your defense. Now,
Judge.
we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. But Mr. Garcia, what I'd first like you to answer for me is, what is your primary mode of transportation these days? How are you getting around town?
Longboard.
Longboard, I see. So no car, not taking public transit?
Sometimes I skitch on the back of a car. It's when you hold onto a car while you're skateboarding and you use it to propel yourself.
I see. You travel much on foot these days?
You know,
Mr. Garcia?
sometimes when you stop skateboarding, some would say that's walking. You get up and you pick up your board, and some would say you're walking at that point.
I would probably qualify that as walking, yeah, one foot in front of the
Would
other.
you, Judge?
Primarily bipedal transportation, yeah, that sounds like walking to me.
I'm
Mr.
razzing you,
Garcia,
Judge.
we've
I'm
got-
razzing you. Obviously, it's walking, Judge. Obviously.
We've got some evidence that you've submitted, Mr. Garcia. I'm going to direct your attention to this television screen, and jurors, I want you to take a look at this as well. Mr. Garcia, if you wouldn't mind,
Nice
please.
TV. Is that vintage? The CRT.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's,
Can't get those colors everywhere, man. Those flat screens, they don't do it like they used to.
Mr. Garcia,
You
please
play
stop
Mario.
changing
You
the
play.
subject.
You play Mario.
Explain
Kart?
this, Mr. Garcia.
These are the vows I live by. Just want to remind everybody. That's a nice moody picture. I'm into photography, so that's a nice moody picture I took of my husband, Michael Crime.
Oh wow, he looks way different than the photo
yeah.
that we have of him.
Yeah, you know, that's when he had a mustache. And that's called, I actually called it gobo effect. If you go back to the picture, that's a gobo effect. That's where you put something over a light to produce a shadow. It's a kind of artistic choice. But yeah, power drugs, giant hog, and what was the other one? Nintendo. Like I said, Super Mario 64 does not look the same on a flat screen TV as it does on a beautiful CRT TV like you have there, Your Honor.
I see. And help me understand how that particular image or those values relate to the crime of jaywalking.
Does it say jaywalking on it? Is 1 through 4, is there anything that says jaywalking is a value?
I see. So what you're implying is that through the power of omission, because jaywalking is not one of the central tenets of your, I guess, philosophy, lifestyle.
Yeah, you can see drugs is on there, so that would be a crime maybe. If having a giant hog is a crime, then lock me up, Judge, because...
It's not
I'm
yet,
hanging.
although I do think that there is currently some legislation being pushed through the New York Senate that could potentially make having a huge
I'm
hog
sure you
illegal.
put that bill on there. I'm sure that you're behind
I'm not
that.
at liberty. I'm not at liberty to discuss those sorts of things, Mr.
yes.
Garcia. Mr. Garcia. Now,
Mr. Hand.
Mr. Garcia, what say you to the fact that at 2 p.m. outside of the Chipotle here in New York, someone said that they watched you walk across the street between two traffic lights, straight across the street?
Who was this person?
Well, I'm not sure. They were an anonymous witness. They didn't want to be
Where
named
are
in
they?
court.
Who said that? Who said
Now,
that?
Mr. Garcia, we protect these people specifically because they do not want to be targeted by career criminals like yourself or your fiance, or I guess now husband,
Was it you?
Michael.
Was it you?
Mr. Garcia, do not intimidate.
You redheaded bastard.
Do not intimidate anybody in the gallery or the jury box, Mr.
can't trust
Garcia. I will
anybody
hold
with
you in
red hair.
contempt.
Judge, do you want me to get the guy who said it out of here? He's sitting right next to me.
Bailiff, no, bailiff.
That guy.
Bailiff, come on, bailiff.
What? I'm just
Do you
trying to
not see how
protect him.
you put him in danger by revealing his identity?
But I was gonna pull him out of the room so that we wouldn't be doing such.
But had you not said anything, we wouldn't even know that was the guy.
Well, sorry for trying to help, Judge.
Okay, get him out of here. Now he's here, so I guess maybe if somebody pays to bring in a witness, maybe we'll get to talk to him. And wow, incredible timing. We're gonna hear, I guess now since his identity has been revealed, we're going to hear from the person who witnessed, allegedly, Crime Garcia jaywalking across the street outside of the Chipotle. So
Can't wait to take a look at this fucking guy.
okay, and now I want to encourage you, witness. Please know that you are safe in the confines of this courtroom. Our bailiff is
from
here to
me.
protect you. Yes, specifically from you,
from me.
Mr. Yes,
I'll
Mr.
throw
Garcia.
a paperclip into your forehead like Bullseye from Daredevil.
Okay, bailiff, please prevent Mr. Garcia from throwing a paperclip into the witness's
Okay, I'll
forehead
get some-
like
I'll
bullseye.
get some tacks or something like that.
No, just take away.
My pockets are full of paperclips. I'm ready to use them at any moment.
I got some erasers here, Judge. I could fire them right back.
Okay. We're going to speak with our witness now. Bailiff, have we prepared the witness's microphone and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Witness, please, if you wouldn't mind, state your name for the record.
Terrence Maxon?
Terrence Maxon.
That's right, Judge.
And Terrence,
He's Terrence Maxon for sure.
Watch it, Mr. Garcia. This
The
is
way
not...
he looks, he's Terrence Maxon for sure.
Mr. Garcia, you will be given an opportunity to cross-examine the witness at my discretion, but I'd like to ask Mr. Maxon, what did you see on that fateful day that you were outside of the Chipotle?
Well, Judge, the question is, what didn't I see? As a musician, I like to play to the people that frequent that particular strip mall. The community knows me. The community knows my music. And I like to interact with the crowds and, kind of gather them there. So I would say it was a pretty busy day in general. I was singing Katy Perry's Swish Swish.
Mr. Maxon, I appreciate the level of detail that you've given us in this anecdote, but I guess if I were to target my line of questioning, it would be specifically to whether or not you saw our defendant,
I
Mr.
remember
Garcia.
this guy.
Okay.
He always sings and he never plays the sax, even though he carries the sax around all the time.
I resent that accusation. This sax and I are welded together, okay? I've been playing this horn since I was barely a child. So, yeah, I know how to play it. Big time. Oh, you want me to play it?
Oh, he always does this. He's like, I'm gonna play it.
It's not appropriate here in the courtroom.
I couldn't agree more, Mr. Maxon. You're not here to play the saxophone. You're here to testify as to whether or not you saw the defendant, Mr. Garcia, jaywalking outside of that Chipotle, and I'd love for you to potentially answer that question for us.
That's right. That's exactly what I was getting to, Your Honor. Now, I would like to also interject and say that I'd want to do something a bit unusual. I would like to represent myself in these proceedings.
Brave.
Mr. Maxon, you're not on trial.
Brave.
There's no necessity for you to have
I
representation.
like this guy. I actually like this guy. I respect this guy now.
I think the only person with my best interest at heart is me, Your Honor. So now I was outside of the Chipotle, as per usual. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm gonna ask the gallery to please not applaud for the witnesses or anybody during tonight's proceedings.
So, in the middle of Katy Perry's Swish Swish, the manager of the Chipotle actually approached me, and we had a bit of an interaction. I would probably say it was a bit negatively tinged. And what I said to him was, I told him, I said, I can finish the song, and everybody will be happy with it. And they'll be coming back to the Chipotle. They'll be getting that guac every single day because I'm bringing them in. And I would say, I don't think he liked what I had to say.
Mr. Maxon, please, for the sake of brevity in your testimony, it's a simple yes or no answer. Did you see the defendant, Mr. Garcia, jaywalk during your time outside of the Chipotle?
I think it's pronounced bravity for how brave Terrence is being at representing themselves on the stand.
Stenographer, strike that from the record. Please, Mr. Maxon, the answer the question in the affirmative or the negative. Did you witness the defendant jaywalking outside of the Chipotle?
Well, to answer that, Your Honor, I think we'd have to go back even further. And
why is that, Mr. Maxon? What could possibly necessitate a trip further back in time? It's a simple yes or no question.
If I could
Your Honor,
turn back time.
Oh.
If I could find a way.
What is happening? Neither of you know the words.
Doobie doobie doobie.
Order, please. Mr. Maxon, if you're going to refuse to answer the question, you are going to be excused, okay? We need either an affirmative or a negative as to your witnessing of the defendant. And please, no applause from the gallery.
Your Honor, I need to think about the answer to the question. And to get into the mindset of what was going on that day, I need to recollect first. And I need to maybe reflect on what was the theme of my performance that day. That would maybe get me into the mindset that I was in when I did or did not witness this particular action.
Mr. Maxon, you're excused. Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Maxon, but unfortunately we do not have the time for you to recall whether or not you saw the witness. It feels fairly straightforward to me. Thank you for your testimony.
I think I do remember.
Damn, they got off not guilty. Incredible.
They were not on trial.
And they did it.
Mr. Maxon was not on trial. They were simply a witness They were simply a witness. Moltar Ben, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs.
Right to the end.
Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of time left in this particular trial.
I think I remember that day, Judge, just from hearing Terrence speak. I think I know what happened.
Oh, well, I'd love to hear what you think happened, Mr. Garcia.
What was happening at the Chipotle that day was I was attempting an ollie airwalk over the street. So I had a bungee cord that Michael Crime had set up, and I got been yanked over, and I ollied, and I airwalked, which is a maneuver that I'm not sure you're aware of, but you pull the board up and you walk in the air. So many people maybe see that from a certain viewpoint, and they're seeing like, oh, he's jaywalking, but actually I was actually through the air airwalking over. I did not complete it. I hit a Dodge Caravan and broke both my legs, but
I guess this sort of begs a somewhat philosophical question that if one is airwalking across the street between two in a non-sanctioned pedestrian crossing zone, is it still jaywalking even if their feet are not on the ground? I suppose
it's way cooler. I'd say it's way cooler.
Well, regardless of whether it's cool or not, the question here is whether or not it's legal, and that's going to be up to our jurors to decide, because it's time now to prepare a poll for our jurors to decide whether or not Crime Garcia is guilty of jaywalking, and I would like to request that the poll be moved to the top right corner of the screen because it's perfectly positioned where I cannot see the results.
Okay, Judge, I'm on that.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia, if you want to make closing remarks while our jurors enter their verdicts, now's your opportunity to do so.
Yes.
If you'd like, I'm doing a GoFundMe to send me to the X Games. I'm trying to break Bucky Lassick's knees so that I will be available to do the vert competition. So just need a fundraise to get a big hammer so that I can break Bucky Lassick's knees and I can be in the X Games.
Well, you heard it here first, jurors, but it seems that the results are in, so we're going to close that out now, and it appears that Mr. Garcia, for the crime of jaywalking, the jurors have entered their verdict, and they find you not guilty. Congratulations.
First time I've heard that.
Right, yeah, I guess, is that bad for the brand?
No, it's good for the brand. I'm guilty of not jaywalking. I get to do serious crimes.
I see. Okay, so you have the record for most crimes convicted of, but you don't want petty crimes.
I'm gonna put 7 paper clips into Terrence's forehead.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Get out of here, Mr. Garcia. You're free to go.
I'll see you soon.
I hope
see you
not.
soon.
I hope you turn your life around, Mr.
Love
Garcia.
you. See you at the wedding?
I thought you guys already got married.
We got legally married at the court. I feel like you were there. We're gonna do a ceremony, a nice closed ceremony.
I'll be there.
Intimate. 7 people. The bailiff will be there.
I signed up for the registry as well. I donated to your honeymoon fund.
Thank you.
Incredible generosity.
Thank you. We're going to
from the
Bakersfield.
bailiff. And speaking
You're
of
going to
incredible,
Bakersfield, Judge.
speaking of incredible generosity, thank you, Aaron, who I see just tipped $25. I don't know why the alert didn't come up, but I saw that. I'm noticing also another gifted sub. The alert didn't come up for that either. Not sure what's going on with that.
Shit, is it my fault?
It may be. Did you turn off the overlay 4?
I didn't mean to.
you-
Where would I even do that?
There should be a green 4 in the center of the...
Oh, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
See?
And I'm not sure why that's happening.
I was all thinking I fucked
But what
up.
I do know is that we've got 10 subs thanks to the incredible generosity of our citizens of New York. Thank you so much. We're halfway to hitting our goal. I got to imagine at least some of those subscribers have submitted charges against our town criminal. Again, this is Michael Crime. Michael Crime stands accused of a variety of crimes, including bailiff. Are we prepared to look at that?
Yep, Judge, we are.
Great. Michael Crime's accused of being co-conspirator of Leon. How do you say that?
You know what? The quicker we move on from that one, the less chance of getting in legal trouble we are.
Great.
So.
He's also accused of loving too much. He got rid of the cop shooting gallery, and of being cringe demiurge. Being the cringe demiurge. And once again, loving too much. Sort of double jeopardy situation there where he's been accused of the same crime twice. Incredible. Incredible coincidence there. Hopefully we'll get him on at least one of those. Thank you to everybody who subscribed so far. we're gonna figure out what's going on with the alert so that I can be sure to thank all of you for your incredible generosity. But in the meantime, I think what we want to do now is Demurg. I'm not sure how to say that, but what I am sure how to say is it's time to bring out our next defendant. So defendant, if you wouldn't mind, please take your place at the podium and state your name and your occupation for the record.
Hello. Hello there. I'm Charles Christmas.
Mr. Christmas, what is it that you do for a living here in our great state of New York?
Well, I help people find their voice, specifically voice actors.
I see, voice acting. Okay, so you're a voice acting coach.
Teacher, voice actor myself, really just involved in the auditory arts.
Ah, I see. And I'm right in front of you. I'm directly in front of you.
Are you?
Yep, I'm right here.
Are
Hey,
you?
Hi.
Hold on,
Yep, right here. I noticed you were looking down into the
Thing.
side a little bit. I'm right here.
Oh!
Yep. No worries, Mr. Christmas. Well, Mr. Christmas, unfortunately, you find yourself.
Is it time for lunch?
What's that? Nope. No, Mr. Christmas, it's not time for lunch. Nope, it is not time for lunch. Mr. Christmas, you find yourself in court today because you've been accused of a crime. Do you understand that? Okay, we're gonna find out what that crime is, and then maybe that'll jog your memory a little bit here. And thank you for the subscription, Fetus Enchilada.
Enchilada sounds like time for lunch.
No, Mr. Christmas, and we're gonna figure out what's going on with those alerts too. Chat, can you please tell me what it is that Mr. Christmas has been accused of? What is it that, really wide range of petty things and things that are just like almost too horrible to say out loud. We're going to, let's see. What does that even mean? Okay, I'm seeing a few people suggesting this, which means it's probably the correct one. Shoplifting. Yes, that's right.
Oh.
Now, Mr. Christmas, obviously, shoplifting is a crime that plagues our city-state here of New York, and it destroys the trust in this community. When people are shoplifting, it makes it so that store owners feel like they have to lock up the deodorant and stuff. It just creates a low-trust society. Nobody wins. So I hope this is a case of simple misunderstanding. Can you maybe help us understand what exactly went on?
These blasted accusations. I didn't shoplift. Merely I was walking into the store, I lifted an item, and struck by the urge to use the restroom, I ran into the restroom with the item. No worries about what the item was, no worries about me going to the restroom.
I see. Are we? Let me check one thing, Mr. Chris. We're good. We're good. Okay, because I think I know what happened. I think I know what's happening. But it's fine.
Sounds like you're hungry. I'm hungry.
Mr. Christmas, no. Mr. Christmas, please. Now what you just said does align pretty closely with the footage that we have here at the New York Mall, where you were spotted on CCTV sprinting out of a Lush with a bath bomb directly into the men's restroom.
This was a misunderstanding. Have you never been struck by the urge to defecate?
Mr. Christmas, I will remind you once again, I'm directly in front of you.
I can't see.
I'm right here, Mr. Christmas. I'm right here.
Goddamn
I'm right here, Mr. Christmas. I'm not next to you in the universe of this courtroom.
Sorry, these
right
are
here.
dirty as hell.
Yes.
Did
sorry.
you know the holding room stinks?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mr. Christmas. We'll have the bailiff look into that.
Smells like an awful mess in there.
I'm sorry about that.
I'll work on that, Judge.
Speaking of scents, though, Mr. Christmas, I want to bring it back now to Lush, which, for those in our jury box who might not know, is a store in our mall that primarily traffics in sort of, I guess, like organic and natural scented toiletries, bath bombs, soaps, shampoos, these sorts of things. Is that a fair characterization?
I thought it was a part of the food court. And you could not blame me for making that mistake. Has anyone ever been in a Lush? Speak up.
I want
Project.
to eat everything in there.
Has
I wanna
anyone-
eat everything in there,
I think
Judge.
it's food.
I see. Okay, so yes, I guess maybe, and it would be great if maybe we could get a witness, somebody who worked at the Lush, to speak about the products in Lush. But from my sort of superficial understanding of the store, some of the products are scented as fruits or foods, and sometimes even shaped like those fruits.
Your
or
Honor,
foods.
if I look, it's clear to me you've never been inside a Lush.
And Mr. Christmas, I'll remind you, I'm right here. Mr. Christmas, I'm right in front of you.
Your Honor.
Right here. Hey!
Oh,
hey!
there you are.
Right here. Lock in, Mr.
Yes,
Christmas.
yes.
Judge, I hate to do this, but I am picking up everyone's tender greens orders right now. Do you want to tell me
wonderful.
yours?
Yeah, I guess, what was that salad that I really liked?
Do you want the salt and pepper chicken with the salad?
Yes, please. And just
Okay.
light dressing this time, please, because it was like a soup last time.
Okay, and defendant, do you want anything from tender
I'd
greens?
love a harvest bowl if you could get it packed into
Wait,
a
no,
ball.
no. We're not buying lunch for the defendant, babe.
And then
they
I
don't
could
work
put it
here.
in a bath of some sort.
You want,
Okay.
you want the harvest salad in a ball?
In a ball, not
work on that.
bowl.
Okay, we've called a witness. I'm hoping that ideally it's somebody from the Lush, maybe an employee or another shopper who could have seen what was happening. But in the meantime, Mr. Christmas, I want to get back to what you were just
Yes,
saying.
I
You-
actually have a real point here.
Great.
Which is that.
Who are you looking at? Is there someone coaching you in the gallery, Mr. Christmas? Please address
No,
me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Again, I'm a little turned around. I'm starving. I don't know if you've heard. But essentially, when you enter into a Lush and you look at the products, every product says on the label that it is edible. That's how clean the products are. Now I
Interesting.
understand this. This is real. You can eat.
Careful. Careful.
You can eat Lush products, but should you?
That sort of
That's
that seems
really-
like kind of a philosophical question that doesn't get to the root of the problem.
Well, it turns out if you do, it triggers a very quick reaction in the bowels, and off you sprint to a bathroom.
I see. Okay, so if I follow your defense correctly, Mr. Christmas, you went into a Lush, mistook one of the products for food, ate that food while in the store, and became so violently ill that you had to immediately rush to the restroom. Is that a fair characterization of the defense?
I have to say, you have a gift for narrative.
Thank you, Mr. Christmas. It remains up to our jurors to decide whether or not that is a strong enough defense to exonerate you from these crimes. And I see that you've also submitted a piece of evidence to support your case. I also want to remind our jurors that you can ask a question to Mr. Christmas directly if there's something that you really want to know about this case. Just pay $5 and we'll ask a question on your behalf. But before we do any of that, Mr. Christmas, I want to give an opportunity to our witness who's been waiting patiently on the stand to add their testimony to the trial. So witness, if you wouldn't mind stating your name for the record.
Hey, Judge, my name's Derek. I work at Lush. I will do the grilled shrimp with the romaine hearts.
No, I think there's been a
and
miscommunication
seasonal
here.
vegetables.
Derek, the lunch order is just for staff of the court. The bailiff, I think, made a mistake in thinking that the witnesses and defendants were part of the lunch order. You're not being supplied with your own lunch.
I feel like there might be a BOGO.
Yeah, what if we both go in on one?
If
Uber
you-
Eats usually does the 2-for-1s.
If you two want to buy lunch together, I can't stop you from doing that. I'm just saying that the court is not going to subsidize your lunch.
Sucks.
Derek, tell me a little bit about Lush and the products that you sell there and whether or not you've seen the defendant, Mr. Christmas, shopping in your store.
Well, yeah, I work at Lush because not a lot of people work in malls these days, so you don't even have to really know anything about the products. You can just sort of walk in and say you want a retail job and they'll give it to you. So I don't really know what's going on, but I do know that apparently it's all very, like, healthy.
Derek, I'm sorry. Can I stop you for a moment?
Absolutely.
I need you to really picture a time where someone betrayed you.
Okay.
Access that feeling.
Okay.
And then continue telling your story from that place of hurt. I think it'll be good for all of us.
Okay, I think I understand
Yes,
what's happening
yes.
now. Is Mr. Christmas, are you coaching the witness as you would one of your students in your voice acting classes?
I
Okay.
can't help myself.
Let me
Okay.
tap in on this. When the judge
I'll allow it,
when
but
the
watch
judge
yourself, Mr.
lied
Christmas.
to me about my ability to get lunch, I felt betrayed.
Didn't
I felt
lie.
hurt.
I never
Okay.
said you could get lunch.
Judge, I have seen this person in my
Oh.
store. I
Great.
have seen them. I've seen them grab a Lush bomb, and I've seen them put it up to their face. However, usually that's the amount of time I'm willing to pay attention at my job. About 3 seconds in, I'll give up. I'll start looking at my phone. I'll watch reels on my phone of what maps might look like in the year 2060.
Interesting. Well, Derek, I appreciate that testimony. Is there anything, if you were to rack your brain, that you remember specifically about the day that you saw the defendant, Mr. Christmas? I understand you stopped paying attention when they put the Lush bomb up to their face, but do you remember them leaving in a hurry, anything like that?
I remember my one observation was they said my name's Charles Christmas, and I thought, that's funny. You look like a person who works at Lush, and I look like a person who should be named Charles Christmas.
It's an incredible amount of self-awareness for you, Derek, to have locked in on that.
Yeah.
Derek,
Mm-hmm.
if it sounds like you're not passionate at Lush,
Not, unfortunately. I wish I was doing what I really want to do.
which is
BMX bike.
what about the next best thing? Voice acting for a video game that's mostly porn.
Oh, that would be so cool!
Okay, this
oh
is
my
not.
God.
We're not turning this into a venue for you to shill your classes, Mr. Christmas. Derek, unless
What?
there's anything. Derek,
Would I be one of the non-porn characters?
Really depends on what we can get out of you.
Oh my God, Judge, can I do this?
Derek, I'm not at liberty to determine what you do in your free time after you leave, but while we have you here to testify, is there anything else you'd like to add to the record?
You know, Lush, the products are very expensive, so people will shoplift all the time. I didn't necessarily see Charles Christmas do it, but I will say it's not uncommon for it to happen there. Okay?
Thank you, Derek. That is actually valuable testimony and something that I hope our jurors will keep in mind as we proceed with this trial. Derek, you're free to go. Thank
Can
you
I
for your
ask
testimony.
one before I go?
You want to ask a question?
Charles, can you give me one line? Give me one line that I can give a read on.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I'll whisper it to you.
Perfect,
I'll
yeah.
run across the court if that's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If that's
go,
all
go
right.
now. Go now. You get one quick one.
Oh, and so I'm telling you on your.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's what you're gonna say. Have you shot?
Okay. And who am I? Who am I?
Oh.
I'm an old. Okay, I'm an old. Okay. I'm an old wizard and my name's Gandalf. Okay, great. You shall not pass.
Okay,
How
thank
is
you,
this?
Derek.
Oh.
Good.
Wonderful.
You're free to go.
Can I
Derek.
ask one more thing?
No, you used your one
Wait,
thing.
sorry. Did Adomian wear this yesterday? Kind of smells like he did.
Okay.
Well, sounds like I'm free
No,
to
Mr.
go.
Christmas, you are not free to go. In fact, you submitted a piece of visual evidence that we need to get to before our jurors are able to reach their final verdict. So I'm going to direct your attention and that of our jurors to the television screen once again. Bailiff, are we prepared to look at this piece of evidence?
Hell yeah.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Christmas, have a look at this, and please, if you would, explain how it relates to your defense.
Well, come on. I think we can see exactly what this is. This is the misleading bath bomb that I took a
Wow.
big bite into. It looked like a goddamn cookie burger. I'd never seen the likes of it before, and well, I was intrigued.
Now, I will admit, that looks a lot more realistic than a typical Lush bath bomb. I see you've submitted a second piece of visual evidence
yes.
to pair with that, but I will have to say, like, if I saw that in a Lush, I'd be like, someone left their cookie burger in here. I wouldn't think, oh, that must be a bath bomb. Speaking of Bergs, Berg died with the 10 gifted subs. Incredible generosity from them. Thank you so much. But Mr. Christmas, we're going to have a question submitted directly from one of our jurors as well in just a moment. But I think we're going to take a look at this piece of visual evidence next. Is that right, Bailiff?
Yeah.
Great. And can you help us understand what's going on here?
That's my daughter.
I see.
I'm proud of her every day. Is anybody free on Wednesday afternoons?
What do you...
My daughter is starting a chess league.
How good you gotta be?
You know, really, if you try, that's good enough.
All right, sign me up.
Mr. Christmas, I appreciate that you're trying to sort of curry support for your daughter's interests, but I need to understand how it is that that photo of your daughter relates to your defense as to whether or not you were shoplifting from the lunch in the New York Mall.
I'm just a man. I have a daughter. I have a family, passions,
I see. So
career,
this is character
and
evidence.
hunger. I'm hungry right now for lunch.
Well, hopefully we can get you out of here shortly, Mr. Christmas. We did have a viewer submitted, or I should say a juror submitted question. Bailiff, are we prepared to look at that question, or do we want to do another piece of visual evidence first?
The visual one first.
Great. We've got one other piece of visual evidence as part of your defense here, Mr. Christmas. What are we looking at here?
Oh, pretty boy?
What did you just call me?
No, that's what it says.
That's
dude.
what it says.
Now that I look more closely.
Surely this is not makeup.
And now this, you would think, of course, a tasty donut treat.
Yes, that to me
Well,
almost...
guess what? It's a beard balm. Those sick fucks at Lush created a beard balm that looks like a beautiful donut.
And that's why it's called Pretty Boy.
And that's why it's called Pretty Boy.
I see. So it's for male grooming. It's a donut-shaped beard balm. You rub that donut over your face and I guess shave with it.
And I guess not lick it up. You rub it over your face and that's it. Yes.
I can understand how that's confusing. Now, a lot of evidence, Mr. Christmas, has been submitted to bolster the idea that Lush's products look a bit too similar to food, and that a person could realistically be confused that something that is soap is actually food. But I still am struggling to understand how that exonerates you from the accusation of stealing one of these things from the store. Regardless of whether you thought it was food or soap, it's illegal to take something or use it without paying for it, Mr. Christmas. You can understand that, I'm sure.
Your Honor, have you never had a sample? The products in Lush are placed in such a way they look like samples at a Costco. I fail to understand. Look.
Mr. Christmas, please. I can appreciate that you're turning and appealing to the jury who's sitting to the side of you, but I need you to speak to me as we interact in this conversation, Mr. Christmas. Please lock in over here. Now, it's an interesting defense. It's a compelling appeal. You're saying that you thought that there was simply some food to be sampled in this Lush. You took a bite of it, thinking that it was a free sample, became so incredibly sick immediately from eating what was actually soap that you had to then sprint out of the store, making it appear as though you were stealing. Is that a fair assessment?
That's what happened.
Very well, Mr. Christmas. It's a compelling argument, and ultimately it will be our jurors' decision to decide whether or not it is a convincing one. But we have one question for you, Mr. Christmas. This comes to us from one of our jurors. Are we ready for that, Bailiff?
Yeah.
This comes to us from an anonymous source. We could probably put their name in there. But they are asking, were you just trying to get out of the store before they played that one song again?
I assure you, I didn't know what was playing in the store. I just knew I had to get to a bathroom and get to it quick, or else this Lush bomb was going to be, I saw in the chat someone said, a mush bomb. Maybe?
Mr. Christmas, I have another question for you, and then we can prepare this poll. But if you, are being honest about the thing that you ate and got sick, you could tell us the exact thing that you ate. We saw a donut, we saw a burger. What was the product that ultimately you took a bite out of that made you so sick that you had to run out of the Lush?
Well, I showed you. I took a bite out of the cookie burger bomb.
Ah, I see. Okay, so it was the cookie burger bomb with the bite out of it that was the product.
Why
that
else
you
would
took.
I show that picture?
It's a good point. I guess I feel stupid now for having asked it. Well, I suppose
got a
now.
lot of harvest green salad over here.
You can chuck it.
Do not chuck that, Bailiff. Do not wait to hand it to the defendant after. Actually, we really should be
I'm
giving
open.
it to the defendant. Bailiff, we can put up a poll now to decide whether or not Charles Christmas is guilty of shoplifting. And once again, it'd be great if we could just shift that up into this somewhere up here so that I can see.
Loaded, Judge.
I can see the result. It won't be covering any of the important information on the screen.
I worry if I release it from my palm, it'll explode all over the place. This salad is ready to burst.
Okay, just hang in there, Bailiff. Is there something else you'd like to say, Mr. Christmas?
No, I'm sorry. I'm agitated about the salad.
What's agitating you?
No, please. Please.
Okay. All right, we can go ahead and close out that poll. Mr. Christmas, the jurors have entered their verdict, and for the crime of shoplifting, they have found you not guilty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. No. Stay away from me. You're free to go. You're free to go. Wow, 2 citizens exonerated for false accusations of crime so far. You love to see it. That means that our streets are not quite as crime-ridden as one might have you believe here in New York, that it's simply a case of mistaken identity or some other misunderstanding. I appreciate you all helping us find that verdict. And folks, I also appreciate those of you who have subscribed so far tonight because we've hit our goal. We've got 20 out of 20 subs. So, Bailiff, what do we think? Do we want to go to interrogation now or do one more trial and then go to interrogation?
Maybe interrogation, then trial.
That seems right. Folks, we're going to head on down to the police station where you are going to have an opportunity to serve as an attorney for a suspect who's being interrogated by the police and help them make sure that they don't incriminate themselves. But before we do that, let's check in on Michael Crime, once again, the town criminal, who is quickly racking up accusations of crimes. Hopefully some of them will stick this time. Bailiff, are we prepared to look at Michael Crime's rap sheet now?
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got. Can we zoom in there on his charges?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, it's crime.
So
right?
He's
accused of crime, right?
Well, he's accused of crimes, but
his
that's a
name
photo.
is Michael Crime.
Yes, I can see the misunderstanding. No, what I'd like to do is
crazy, Judge.
That's insane.
I'd love to zoom into the other side of the screen so that we can see the crimes he's been. Perfect. Thank you. Now, in addition to the crimes that we already mentioned earlier tonight, it seems that Michael Crime's also been accused of sleepwalking adultery, which I can only assume means that he had extramarital sex while he was asleep.
Oh no. Crime Garcia is gonna be so livid.
Heartbreaking for Crime Garcia, his new husband. Wow, shattering news. Hopefully that crime is one that there was simply a case of misunderstanding. Whatever the case may be, though, folks, it's time now to head down to the police station, and we'll see you back here after the interrogation. Goodbye.
Bye.
What's up?
See you back here.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Judge.
See you later.
Hey, Judge.
After this,
Are you talking to me?
after the interrogation, we'll see you back here.
What's
All
up?
right, Judge.
And now we're gonna roll the bumper into the next segment.
Okay.
So we'll see you back here after that.
All right.
After the interrogation, that is.
Bye, Judge.
Goodbye. See ya.
Okay, punk. You think you're so...
Let me show you.
Okay.
You think you're so fucking smart?
Whoa.
That's how you kind of get in first.
That was freaking badass.
Why don't you try it?
You try it.
Officer?
So, all right.
Out of the way. You think you're so fucking smart, huh?
Okay, whoa.
You think you can get away with this?
See, now you're intimidating. These other two, not really. He's kind of wearing his hat sideways.
Straighten up, officer.
Hey, Dad.
You sick fuck.
Dad.
Hey. Let me speak to him, all right?
Okay.
These are my coworkers. They are adults. And we are here.
Kids?
No, these are not my
They're
kids.
just calling you dad, so I didn't know if they're...
Well,
Lunch?
they just have a lot of respect for me. Lunch is in an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, you sick fuck are accused of some really dark shit. You wanna fess up?
Okay. It's kind of hard for me to see, so I'm going to put on my glasses. Seems like I was accused of something. Are we going to admit to it? What are we going to tell them? What are we going to tell them, huh? We killed
Who
that
are you
lady.
talking
Is
to?
this even... Hey, shh. Is this even professional? Where's the music?
I got it.
I'm nasty. No. Okay, yeah. Got it. Listen. I'm not sick. I'm nasty.
Nasty.
Dad, I know you said I was supposed to hold on to that water bottle.
Speak up!
I lost the water bottle that you said I was supposed to hold on to.
You lost the water bottle? That was really expensive. Those Stanleys are hard to get. Okay, just
Sorry.
let's talk about it later. Let's
Okay.
talk about it
Okay.
later.
You need to sort something out with them, or?
No, we're fine.
Okay.
His blood was found at the lady's house.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, oh, yeah, Dad.
That's
his
right.
blood was
Good
found.
point. Yeah, I heard it.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Toughen up,
You just hit
Jesus.
his kid?
Your blood was found at the scene of the crime, all right? We got you red-handed, literally. You want to tell us why you were at her house?
Why was I at her house? Why was my blood there? Why was my blood there, huh? Guilty question mark. I can't say that. The boy is snitch. You're her brother. Who's your aunt? Okay, got it. Listen, it was a prank. It was just a silly prank, you know. I just kind of leave my blood places as a little prank. Just as yeah. He thinks it's funny.
No, I didn't.
It's a funny little prank. It's like, what is this? Why is there blood everywhere? Oh, it's my blood. Ha ha ha.
It was a prank when I left the water bottle.
It was a prank when I laughed just now.
Okay, listen.
Well,
We need to focus, all right?
Who are you trying to prank?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Who was I trying to prank? Who was I trying to prank? Huh? There's a lady there. I think something bad might have happened to the lady. Who was I trying to prank? Yep. Actually, I was trying to prank you. The cops. That's right. I know what cops are always looking for. They're always looking for blood. So if they found blood that belonged to someone who had nothing to do with the crime, that would be pretty crazy. That'd be a pretty crazy prank.
Dad, say something.
I'm scared of
Stop calling me dad.
Okay.
All right, I'm Officer Bambimo. Okay,
Bambimo.
That's me.
Sorry.
You wanted to prank the cops
Oh yeah.
by committing murder. Quite viciously, may I add.
Hey, I didn't say murder. I just put my blood in different places. If somebody got murdered
Does
there,
that
that's...
mean you know who did commit the murder? I mean, this is your boss.
I think
all
I
right?
know who committed it.
Who?
You got this.
I forgot.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Someone did die, but he was.
Okay, we need answers from him,
Okay.
the suspect. That's where our focus is. Not on each other, on the suspect.
Dad, you should ask because someone died 10 minutes when he was seen leaving, and then 10 minutes span of unaccounted for alibi.
Good point, son. I mean, Officer
Thanks.
Williams. Your timeline isn't adding up,
Took
huh?
Mom's name.
10 minutes.
Maybe.
10 minutes after the crime was committed, you're spotted. So, what were you doing there?
Okay, so here's the rub. My boss was murdered. I put my blood there as a prank, seems like. But it doesn't account for the fact of why I was there when they were murdered. What's my alibi? What's my situation? I had to pee. Ronald McDonald? What? Community potluck. Silly little guy. We murdered them. That's not gonna work.
Who
that's
are you
glasses.
talking to?
He's at the park.
He mutters a lot.
There's a lot of McDonald's stuff. Where did the
We don't do
McDonald's? Where's the McDonald's stuff come from? There's a lot
You
of
should tell
McDonald's
him
stuff.
what you tell us, like, speak up, like, to, like,
That's right. Speak up, son.
and, like, to strain his back.
If you mutter,
Why were you at the scene of the crime?
people who
So many
mutter are
McDonald's. I said
for the
McDonald's
gutter.
stuff now.
People
No, it's
who mutter
McDonald's
for the
stuff.
gutter.
People who mutter are for the gutter. How you tell us that?
Yes, I do tell you that on the job as your boss.
Okay, I got it. Listen, I was working overtime, okay? I didn't get enough done at the office, so the boss was like, how about you just come over and we'll finish the work out from there? So I was getting my work done. I was finishing up a big project. I was like, oh, it would be funny if I left a little blood in my boss's, apartment while I was doing my work. And then I finished up and I left. I don't know what you want from me, okay? I didn't want to kill
Let
my
me
boss.
get this straight.
I was up for a big promotion.
What? We checked with your coworkers, all right, at the diaper factory.
Yep,
And
I
they
work at the
told-
diaper factory.
That's right, in the office.
Mhm.
You worked your way off the floor. Very admirable.
Congratulations.
That's
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you. Hey, your son? He's got a good head on his shoulders, okay?
Dad, I left the evidence cage open.
Okay, go take care of that.
There was a dog in that.
That's not my son. I wish he were my son because he's quite good looking. Must have gotten it from somewhere. But he's not my son, he's my coworker. Now, listen.
They just keep calling you dad, so just...
It wasn't open, I forgot.
That's my
I
first
closed
name.
it.
Dad. So back on track.
But while I was in there, I saw something that reminded me. Why did we find on your phone a bunch of like creepy pictures about blood and like murder?
Ooh.
So good. So
Ooh,
good. Point.
they seem to be stumbling into more convincing arguments here. They found on my phone that there was pictures of blood and other creepy things. What
God,
what
not the
was that doing
muttering.
there?
He's muttering again. He's gonna end up in the.
Everyone
gutter,
has
just like you would
hobbies.
say.
Not my phone. Those were ads.
It's in the army
My
handbook.
kink.
Well, they keep saying king.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Big decks.
Just a mood board for my pranks.
Mood board for
Just a pranks. Just
What is that? What is a mood board?
A mood
Dad,
board. You
it's
ever
like
been on Pinterest?
It's on Pinterest.
Let them answer.
Sorry.
Oh.
They know what Pinterest is. It's like a thing where you collect, like, if you want to like remodel your kitchen, you can bring up pictures that might be good reference points. So like when I'm pranking and I'm putting blood everywhere, I have pictures of blood that'd be like, oh, this is kind of a beautiful blood splatter.
I have one of all my favorite Formula One racers, and then the cars. I think it would be cool if they were driving instead of the ones they drive.
You a Lewis Hamilton guy? You look like a Lewis Hamilton guy.
Before you say something, think, is this relevant to what's happening right now?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Are you mad?
All rise for the Honorable me, Judge Learned Hand. I hope you had a successful experience at the Now York Police Department and were able to help that suspect interact with the police during that interrogation. We're gonna raise this goal in just a moment to 40 subs, and if we get 40 subs, we will do that again. So if you had fun at that interrogation, go ahead and subscribe. Not only will you be helping to unlock a second interrogation, you'll also get to submit some crimes onto the rap sheet of our town criminal. Of course, this is Michael Crime, who narrowly evaded conviction last time.
Hey, Judge, we just got a late break-in additional crime.
An additional crime added to the accusations against Michael Crime. Let's see what it was. Too much lovin'. Loving too much is on there twice, and now too much lovin' has been added. Something of a pattern beginning to emerge with the accusations against Mr. Michael Crime. Hopefully we're able to finally bring him to justice tonight. But in the meantime, you, our faithful jurors, are going to help us to find a correct verdict for this next defendant, Jack Stephanidalis. Thank you. And Awesome Sauce, thank you for the subscriptions. Let's go ahead and meet our next defendant. Now, defendant, take your place at the podium and please state your name for the record.
My name is Dudley McDoobie, and I would like to order the Mrs. Salmon Bowl.
Okay. There seems to be some sort of miscommunication here.
Oh, you're right, Judge. That's from Sweet Green.
No, the miscommunication, Mr. McDoobie, is that I think maybe our bailiff unintentionally or mistakenly told the defendants that they were being included in the lunch order. That is just for court staff, not defendants.
Well, I'm highly disappointed to hear that, Judge.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. McDoobie. We can't afford to pay for lunch for every defendant who comes through our doors.
Well, my tummy's a rumbling, so I'll take your order.
Mr. McDoobie, hopefully we can get you out of here quickly and you can take care of your rumbly tummy. We just have to find out what it is you've been accused of. So, chat, can you please let me know what it is our defendant Dudley McDoobie stands accused of today? What is the crime that they allegedly committed?
I will go ahead and get ahead of this, Your Honor, and I'll just go ahead and say that I'm highly innocent. I've never been accused of anything in my life.
Well, you have been accused of something, and I'm Zach reminded me it was a crypto scam. Yes, that's right. These things have been going around quite frequently in the modern era. People creating what are, I guess, colloquially known as meme coins, bringing a bunch of prospective marks to buy these coins, and then what's known as rug pulling, selling all of these meme coins at the last minute to garner incredible revenue while leaving their investors with nothing. Does that sound familiar to you, Mr. McDoobie?
Absolutely not, Your Honor. I've never heard of any of those terms in my life. What, cryo-memo? That is not for me.
Okay, well then maybe you can help me understand why just in the past month there has been a new coin added to the blockchain called McDoobie Coin. Sound familiar?
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, Your Honor. I will say the McDoobie name is quite prominent in this town. As you know, my father owns the diaper factory. And, listen, Your Honor, this must be a frame job. I'll just put it out there because I'm quite prominent in the town and people want to take me down.
I see, yes. I am familiar with your family, Mr. McDoobie. I was raised in McDoobie diapers. My father before me was raised in McDoobie diapers, and if my penis worked, God knows that my children would be raised in McDoobie diapers as well. But
don't take a McDookie without McDoobie.
That's right, bailiff.
That's trademarked, all right?
I think we all know the famous trademark catchphrase, don't take a McDookie without a McDoobie diaper.
Once again, Your Honor, that is trademarked, so be careful saying that in the court of law.
Understood, Mr. McDoobie. Trust that I am familiar with intellectual property law. But what I'm not familiar with, Mr. McDoobie, is the world of cryptocurrency. I will admit that my knowledge and understanding of this space is fairly limited, and so I'm hoping that perhaps we'll call a witness at some point during this trial.
You already have, Judge.
Excellent. Okay, well, hopefully we'll have an expert who is able to shed some light on how exactly cryptocurrency works. But in the meantime, Mr. McDoobie, we do have a piece of visual evidence that you have submitted as part of your defense. Bailiff, are we prepared to look at that piece of visual evidence?
1 second, Judge.
Great, we're having that prepared right now. So, just so that you understand, Mr. McDoobie, I'm going to display your piece of visual evidence here on this television screen. And
It's gonna be up there?
It'll be right up here on this television.
Right up there?
That's exactly right.
Okay, so up to the right.
Yeah, see the television screen right there? We're going to display your evidence there, and we'll just need for you to sort of explain to myself and our jurors how it relates to your defense.
Got it, Your Honor.
All right, Bailiff, how are we looking on that evidence?
What?
Well, Mr. McDoobie, while we get that evidence prepared, I just want to maybe for... Okay, great, we're ready. Let's have a look at it then. Now, what are we looking at here, Mr. McDoobie?
Well, that is my wife, and I would like it if you would take that down. That is a private photo, Your Honor.
I apologize, Mr. McDoobie. There must have been some sort of mistake here. We'll have your actual evidence prepared in just a moment. Bailiff, please, that was a private photo.
Highly inappropriate.
I apologize.
You will be hearing from my lawyer team.
I'm not sure how it is that we came into possession of that, Mr. McDoobie. My assumption is that you submitted it by accident, as I'm not sure how else we would be in possession of a private photo like that.
That cannot be possible. I have never touched a photographic machine or a telephone.
I see. Well, perhaps it was an assistant. I understand that you're very wealthy. My assumption would be that you have some sort of staff, assistants, butlers, etc. Perhaps one of them mistakenly submitted that photo.
I treat my staff with the highest portion of respect, Your Honor, so I cannot imagine that any of them would betray me such.
I see. Well, Mr. McDoobie, apologies once again for that misunderstanding. We'll have the actual evidence that you submitted as part of your defense prepared in just a moment. I understand also, Bailiff, that we have a question from one of our jurors. Are we ready to look at that? Okay. Well, while we get all that stuff prepared, Mr. McDoobie, I have a question for you directly, actually.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Now, obviously, most of your wealth comes from your family's diaper business. Is there anything that you've been saving up for, or anything that you really wish you could buy that, well, even with that diaper money, you simply can't afford?
Well, aside from a nice saddle for my wife, I've been thinking about maybe investing in a 4-runner track that rides all around town. Now, I know my father has a highly respected reputation in this town. My daddy really built this town with his bare, big hands. But guess what? I've also got some smarts to me, all right? And I know that everybody loves 4-runners. I know they want to get around town quicker than ever.
When you say 4-runners, that's like a 4-wheel like ATV type thing?
That's right. I want to call them 4-runners.
I thought he was talking about his wife.
Bailiff, please.
That, sir, is highly disrespectful. I would ask you to accede that you have betrayed my respect.
Please, I will admonish our bailiff. Bailiff, please have respect. There's nothing due to this respectable Mr. McDoobie or his wife that would warrant that type of disgrace.
Sorry.
Thank you. Mr. McDoobie, I think we have a witness now. Let's have our witness take their place at the stand. I'd like for them to have an opportunity to add their testimony. Hopefully this is somebody who knows a little bit about cryptocurrency and can illuminate some of the more esoteric details of this crime.
Wonderful, Your Honor. I'd also like to know more about it because I don't know anything about this.
I guess we'll find out. Go ahead, witness, state your name.
What's up? I'm Dougie McDoobie. And I am so sorry, Your Honor. I cannot clarify further on the crypto situation. I can only speak to Dudley as a person, as my older brother, my beloved.
I
hello,
see.
Dougie.
So we've called a family member, the brother of the defendant, Dudley McDoobie. This is Dougie McDoobie.
Now, of course, Dudley and I were not speaking for a period due to my relations with Sharon.
Now, for those of us who don't know who Sharon is, help me understand.
Oh, well, you all know her. You saw a photo of her.
I see. Sharon is your brother's wife.
Your Honor, no, I would like that photograph stricken from the record and from everybody's memory in this courtroom.
That's actually sustained, Mr. McDoobie. That piece of evidence was not intended to be submitted as evidence, and so it is not admissible. I will remind you, Mr. Dougie, that we cannot reference that photograph as it is not admissible as evidence.
My lips are sealed.
Mr. McDoobie, sorry, I should address you by your first name since we have now two Mr. McDoobies in the room. Dougie, can you please speak to your brother Dudley's technological savviness? Does he seem like somebody who would be able to put together a cryptocurrency scheme?
Well, now, I don't know if you heard what he said earlier about not knowing how to use a camera. But I think
did.
that really sort of tells you everything you need to know about my brother. He is not savvy with technology. He does not know how to shave, also. Something I'll say. Razor falls under that.
It's interesting because he seems to have a perfectly clean-shaven face.
That's right, Your Honor. And you know what? My brother is actually perpetuating falsehoods because I have a big, thick beard that I tend to every morning very closely. So that's why you get that bald chin right now. That's because I can shave. And I can grow something.
Right, well...
I see. Okay, so this is interesting. Your brother testified that you are not computer savvy enough to do this crime. And
That's right.
but now you seem to be undermining their credibility as a witness, which makes me feel like perhaps you are tech savvy enough.
You are fighting me at every corner, and it is just because of Sharon.
Shut up, Dougie! Shut up, Dougie! I don't want to hear a single thing out of the word that's in your mouth after what you did with that mouth to my wife!
Look, we were all stressed, and to be fair, we thought you were dead. We thought you were dead.
I was in a cryogenic chamber, all right? That was a temporary situation, and you knew I was supposed to be waking up.
All right. Brothers, please. For the sake of the trial, we need to bring this back on track to the matter at hand, which is, of course, the accusations levied against Dudley McDougal as to a cryptocurrency scheme. So, Dougie.
All right.
Can you add any more valuable testimony to that position? Whether or not...
Indeed. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Well, whether or not your brother is someone who is capable of and has the motive to enact some sort of cryptocurrency scam.
Indeed, I can. In order to do so, though, we must unearth a very painful memory for him, because of course it was when I was over in Sharon's bedroom and I looked around and saw that this is a man who rejects the confines of modernity and all technology. I mean, and I'm sorry, and I see Dudley is shaking with anger right now, but it was when I was in that room and going through his things, for example, contraceptives.
That's right. I told my wife absolutely no diaphragms in our household. I don't trust them, and I don't need them.
And that's right. The horse has a bedroom, not stable.
So it is a horse, because we were kind of. Whoa! All right, I'm gonna have to excuse you, Dougie. I appreciate your testimony, but we're gonna have to let you go. It seems that having you testify is creating too much of an emotional tumult in the courtroom. Thank you,
Judge. If you mention my wife again, I will come over there and I will strangle you with my own hands.
Mr. McDoobie. I will have to ask you to refrain from making threats against this court or myself or anybody else in this courtroom.
Sharon, again.
I will not speak about your wife anymore in this trial unless it becomes relevant later on. You have my word for that, Mr. McDoobie. But I want to give you an opportunity now to submit the rest of your defense, because I think we've got 2 more pieces of visual evidence as part of your defense.
Good question.
And before we do that, we have a couple of questions. But I do think we have 2 pieces of visual evidence that we need to take a look at later on. Let's have a look at these questions, though, Mr. McDoobie. These are submitted directly from the jurors. This one comes to us from Hachi Himiko, who wants to know, how many crypts have you been accused of scamming?
I've never robbed a grave in my life, Your Honor. And I would also like to say, I would like to shout out that you use a typewriter. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, that's actually our courtroom stenographer.
Thank you.
But yes, we try to keep things that prevents people from hacking into the courtroom. We try to use as much analog technology as possible.
Wonderful. I like that a lot.
Well, I appreciate your kind words, Mr. McDoobie, but you're gonna buy no favors with your kind words here. I only see Lady Justice. Let's go ahead and take a look at this next piece of questioning from our jurors. This comes to us from Warm Winter, who says, "This is a question for your wife. Why the long face?"
Oh, you're wrong! I swear to God!
No, hey, whoa, Bailiff!
I would strangle you!
Judge, you deserve this.
I don't deserve this.
I told you, you son of a bitch! I told you!
Mr. McDoobie, get back to your podium. Mr. McDoobie, get back to your podium. Get out of
I'm
here.
gonna give him that one, Judge.
Oh my God! You can't. You're gonna give him that one. He should get none of that.
That was so rude.
I agree.
Of you.
Of me?
I gave you fair warning, Your Honor. Fair.
I didn't ask that question. That was Warm Winter. That was a juror. I just read the question.
Oh.
You are the master of this
sorry.
domain.
Mr. McDoobie, we have two final pieces of your defense that you have submitted. We're going to show those on the screen. I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain to the jury how it's relevant to your defense, and then we're going to prepare a poll for our jurors to vote as to your guilt or innocence. Does that all track for you? Okay. Let's go ahead and have a look at our first piece of evidence that you submitted as part of your defense. Now, this appears to be your wife at the airport.
Take that off right now. That is.
This is another mistake?
That is my wife, Your Honor, and that is obscene. How dare you? How dare you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Just as a point of clarification, maybe for our staff here, for our bailiff, did you submit any photographs of your wife as part of your defense?
Wait, Your Honor, can you put that photo back on that device up there?
So you do want to see it again?
Just. Can we zoom in?
We are
on the
zoomed
bottom
in.
there? On the bottom.
I don't know if we can zoom anymore. I can see what our bailiff can do about zooming in.
Yeah.
Is that?
Hold on.
Is that your brother?
Hold on. Yep. Okay.
Is that Dougie?
You can zoom in.
When was this? A week ago, I was in the cryo chamber. Not again. Not again.
I'm sorry for you to have to find out this way, Mr. McDoobie.
It was the second time. How many times do I gotta tell you? I'll wake back up.
Mr. McDoobie, I understand that you're in a position of severe emotional distress right now, but unfortunately, we have to carry on. There's another piece of visual evidence that you've submitted as part of your defense. So I need you to steel yourself and prepare to explain to the jury what it is we're looking at here. Now, this is a photo of yourself, it looks like.
That's me. That's right. And that is me and my wonderful hand. And, Your Honor, I think that proves everything you need to know. Because why would someone with hands like these, capable of manual labor, get involved in something like a crypto what's-it scam? Something involved in the Ethernets. I don't need to do that. I'm building a business.
I see. So your argument here is that your hands are built for labor, for the type of work that can only be done in a diaper factory, and that type of
building a forerunner track,
or building a forerunner track all around our town.
I don't need my daddy's money or say to do it myself. I will lay that track with these two hands, Your Honor, and I swear it right here. But give me a Bible, and I'll swear it.
We try to keep the Bible out of the courtroom. That's sort of, we're trying to separate church and state. You take an oath to say the truth and nothing but the truth once you get in here.
Witness, Judge. I'm gonna pull
We're bringing another witness in.
Wonderful. I bet you this witness will absolutely clear my name, Your Honor, prove my innocence.
This is highly unorthodox to bring in a witness for free, but it seems that this is
not for free.
Oh, this wasn't for free. Okay, I missed the donation that brought this in, but very good. Let's go ahead and speak to this witness.
What are you doing here?
It looks so crazy straight on. Like, barely able to tell that it's a horse. You gotta turn to the side a little bit. There we go.
Sharon? Why are you here? No. Stop it, Sharon. Stop it. Don't embarrass me in front of this court. Sharon, do not say that again, all right? That was a private confession, and that is something that we said between us in the privacy of our bedroom on those pillows together, all right? Those are our pillow thoughts, not our court talk. Sharon! You rile me up, girl. Oh my God! Stop it! Why don't you tell me what happened with my brother, huh? Why don't we talk about that instead? Oh, I see. So you carpooled, huh? You drove together?
Sharon!
In your
Come
cursed
home
device?
with me. I know how to please you. Get all up under. Yeah, Sharon.
All right, I'm putting a stop to this. Get the poll up. These jurors have seen more than enough.
Please, jury, I plead to you with my heart. I would never scam nobody. I don't need to. I'm rich. Thank you. Okay, I'm hearing some good feedback from the jury, Your Honor, telepathically, because of course, you know, they're
in the other room. They're voting right now. They're locked away
in their own time and with their own hearts, and I understand that, and I know that they'll see my heart and what I truly believe, which is everybody should have an opportunity, whether their daddy is rich or their daddy's a diaper factory owner, or whether they are digging ditches with their own big hands. I relate to you, jury.
Well,
I relate.
Mr. McDoobie, we're gonna close out this poll, and I think it's time now to say our jury has entered their verdict, and they find you for the crime of crypto scamming guilty as charged.
What? I'd like to poll the jury, Your Honor. I want to poll the jury.
We just polled the jury. That's what just happened, Mr. McDoobie.
No, this can't be right. My daddy, he'll never let this happen. No, please.
Mr. McDoobie, the only thing left to do now is find out what it is that you're gonna have happen to you. It's time for sentencing. So, jury, what should be the punishment for Mr. McDoobie and his crypto scam? What is this?
Take a McDookie with no McDoobie on.
Whoa.
No, never.
Drawn and
will have
quartered
to
by
rip
horses.
this diaper off my ass. I will die in this diaper.
Hand enlargement. Yes.
No.
That's right. Your precious hands.
No, my hands are already too large.
Your precious hands, Mr. McDoobie. We're going to put them in the hand enlargement ray. In fact, we're going to do it right now.
No.
Yes. Stick his hands in the ray gun. Yep. Perfect. No. And fire.
No. Oh. They're massive. They're massive.
They're hideous.
My penis is going to look so small.
Mr. McDoobie, I hope you learned your lesson. You're free to go.
Free to go?
Yeah, we did the punishment already. That's it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I did do it. All right.
Well, folks, 3 trials down, 2 innocent, 1 guilty, and a few more to go. Thank you, everybody who supported the show already so far. We've got a couple more subs in. We're on our way to hitting our goal of 40 subs to head on down to the police station for interrogation. Let's get those subs in. Let's do one more interrogation before the end of the night. But subscribing doesn't just help us hit our goal, it also adds a crime to Michael Crime's rap sheet here. Wow, an incredible amount of charges against Michael Crime have been added since we last checked in. In addition to lovin' too much, Michael Crime is also accused of McLovin, excessive lovin', cereal ice cream cone in back pocket.
Don't forget much lovin' too.
Oh, true. Much Lovin' 2 is on there as well. Crypto ya mama. Not really sure what that means.
Burn.
Talked with his mouth full, and of course, they skipped the 3rd Harry Potter book.
Oh, that one's so good.
I'm really hoping that, and thank you for that subscription, sweetest us. If you want to add your own crime to accuse Michael Crime of, go ahead and subscribe, and hopefully we'll be able to finally bring him to task later on tonight. But while we're waiting for that to happen, let's go ahead and meet our next defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Hey, Dad, it's me, Dimitri Hand.
Dimitri, what are you doing here?
I guess I'm just a no-good kid, huh?
Not the way I raised you. You're supposed to be a good boy.
No, I guess your absentee, shitty parenting has finally caught up with me. And now here I am, about to get locked up for my crimes.
Aw, man. Court, jurors, what is it that my son, Dimitri, has been accused of? I'm not even sure. What could my sweet boy, Dimitri, have possibly done? Okay, some kind of gross ones here. Yes. That's some ones that we've already done. Yep, that's it. Weed bong nugs, thank you. Fishing without a license. Fishing without a license. I thought I raised you better than that, Dimitri. I hope this is some sort of misunderstanding.
Oh yeah? It's not. I'm guilty. You're gonna have to throw your own son in jail unless you wanna prevent it somehow.
What?
You could maybe argue that I didn't do it, but I'm not gonna, Dad. I'm gonna go to freaking jail because you're a bad father unless you can prove to me that I didn't do it.
Prove to you that you didn't do it?
Or the jury or whatever. Because I'm ready to go. I hate you, old man.
Dimitri, did you do this? Did you fish without a license?
Sure. And I see people asking about what's written on my knuckles. Some people have love and hate. Mine are hate and hate because I have nothing but hate in my heart.
Now, Dimitri, you submitted 2 pieces of evidence as part of your defense. If you're coming in here and pleading guilty, what could possibly be this evidence?
This is why I did it. Because of my sick, fucked up house. My crazy, fucked up house.
So the evidence that you submitted is actually further incriminating you. It's your motive for the crime.
Yeah, and are you gonna let your own boy go to jail, or are you gonna do something about this?
Well, Dimitri, obviously I love you, and I hope that this is all a big misunderstanding, but if you did this crime, it would be nepotistic of me not to sentence you as I would any other criminal.
Once again,
that's my job.
Once again, he cares about the job more than his own boy.
A good father sets an example for their son and helps them understand that actions have consequences.
Check this out.
Dimitri, I'm going to give you an opportunity to display the evidence you submitted. Bailiff, let's have a look at the evidence.
Okay.
This is how I think of you. When I'm at home, you're in outer space. That's how far you are.
Did you make this in
art class?
You made that in art?
Yeah. We were supposed to do collage. And that's what that's where I think you are in the day.
This doesn't really feel like a collage to me.
There's four levels to it. I got a picture of the spaceship, I got a picture of the helmet, I got a picture of you, and I got the background. That's 4 pieces that make a collage. You're not even proud?
I guess.
This sucks.
That's rough, Judge. Why aren't you proud of your own son?
I am proud of my son. Up until this point, until I find him here accused of a crime, I thought, he's an upstanding, law-abiding citizen. He's going to school. The art is, I'm glad that you're pursuing creative. Have you always been into art?
Yes. Bailiff went to my cheer meet. You didn't even go to it.
I'm sorry, Dimitri. Let's look at the next piece of evidence that you submitted. I feel that obviously, if you're committing crimes like this, I'm not a big enough part of your life to instill the values of the justice system in you, and that's my fault. But help me understand what we're looking at here.
This is you every day. This is you going, oh, I'm late for my butthole appointment, because that's your job, is being professional butthole.
Oh, I thought.
And I'm gonna curse in the courtroom. I don't care.
Now, Dimitri, please watch your language, okay? You know how your mother would feel if she heard you using that kind of language.
Mom's on my side on this.
Well, I suppose we're gonna find out because someone's called a witness. I'm not sure. It might be your mother.
Could be a bunch of different things.
Could be anybody. I guess we're gonna find out soon. But in the meantime, we've got some more. And Sadville, thank you for the tier 3 sub. That's incredibly generous of you. In the meantime, we've got another piece of visual evidence that you've submitted. Bailiff, are we ready to look at that? Okay, then let's bring in the witness. Let's go ahead and bring in the witness now. Take your place at the witness stand, witness.
Hold on.
Okay, we gotta wait.
Could be any.
This is freaking rich.
Okay, fine.
Whatever you want.
You're good.
We're good for the witness?
No, not you. The witness is good.
So we
Witness
can...
is good with knowing who she is.
Great. Can I cut to her?
No.
Okay. Can I do anything yet?
You're so demanding, Dad. Let people work at their own pace. Everyone
Sorry.
works different.
You're right.
Okay.
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 Okay, what?
Okay. Bet. I'm ready.
The witness or the visual evidence?
The witness.
Great.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's my TV crush.
This is who?
It's nothing, Dad. It's nothing.
Ma'am, could you please state your name for the record?
Hi, I'm Elaine. I wanted to first establish how old
18.
Okay, great, good. Yeah. I'm here because I've been a little bit misled by this guy. And I guess
I'm right in front of you.
I guess it makes sense to me that you would fish without a license because you didn't show up for our date.
I see. So
And he lied about his age.
I'm just trying to sort out what's happening here. So you know my son? You guys are what? You met somehow?
He had been sending me letters.
I wrote old-fashioned handwritten letters, Dad. You wouldn't know about that. It's romantic.
Oh, I know about that. That's how I courted your mother. We didn't have fancy pocket phones and all that kind of stuff. We had to do it the old-fashioned way.
Well, then I got nervous and I didn't go because I wasn't taught how to be a man by you.
Don't put this on me. Don't you put this on me. Now, ma'am, could you please tell me a little bit more about how the relationship between you and my son developed?
Well, Judge, it's sounding like maybe this one is your fault. You didn't teach him how to be a man.
No. Do not put this on me.
No accountability.
Elaine,
No,
Elaine.
over here.
Elaine, please. Help me understand how it is that you came to meet my son and what the status of your relationship is.
Well,
now.
but there's no I want to clarify. There's no relationship. He's way too young for me. He completely misled me. He acted like, well, first of all, he told me he was a judge.
He told you that he was a judge?
Yeah.
In the letter?
Yeah.
I see, and this...
I was pretending to be you because I thought my TV crush Elaine would like me if I...
Oh, interesting. You thought that saying that you or me would make somebody like you. That feels like something that you would do for somebody that you respected. It's interesting. Elaine, tell me a little bit more about how you feel whether or not my son would lie about having a fishing license.
I feel hurt. I feel betrayed. I'm not really thinking about the fishing license part of this.
Well, that's kind of the reason we're here, Elaine. That's the crime.
That part doesn't concern me so much.
I can appreciate that, Elaine, but that concerns me a great deal because my son is currently on trial for that.
I got excited. And that's on me. I read these letters and I thought, what a thoughtful young judge. And I saw something there and I was, he planned a whole date. I show up, he's 18.
So you did go on the date?
No, I left the restaurant.
I took your hat.
I was wondering where that went.
But it didn't work. She still knew.
Elaine, I want to give you an opportunity to add to your testimony now, but I'm going to request that you do so only in the capacity that it helps our jurors understand whether or not my son went fishing without a license.
Is catfishing without a license a crime now?
That's interesting. Something that our jurors will have to reflect on. Elaine, if you want to expand your answer to catfishing, I'll allow it.
You know, this town, it can really just wear you out. You think you're gonna find love at the coffee shop or when you're out with your friends.
That's so smart.
Or maybe a letter finds you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe finally it's like a normal guy.
Totally.
And instead I'm in court now.
That wasn't helpful, Elaine. I requested that you testify as to whether or not my son fished without a license. That did not assist me in any capacity. I'm going to excuse you now from the courtroom. Thank you, Elaine. Son.
I'm still here.
Elaine, you're excused.
Awesome. You can hang out. Oh, shit.
She can't hang out, son. She can't hang out.
I do respect you, and that's why it hurts the way you don't care about me.
Dimitri, I clearly care about you. That's why I'm so concerned that you're in our courtroom right now, okay? This is not like you, okay? What happened to my sweet boy who would play with his Lincoln logs in the basement for hours on end by himself, making little villages, creating like little narratives about a whole village of people who live in Lincoln logs?
The village was dark. They were being attacked by a witch. That was what the village in my Lincoln Logs
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So creative, so passionate about storytelling. What happened to that cute little Dimitri?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you would have noticed if you were ever there to watch me grow into an adult. But you weren't. And so now I had to come to court and go to jail just so you would talk to me.
Well, it remains to be seen whether you're going to be going to jail, Dimitri. I hope it's not. But your fate lies not with me, but in the hands of our jurors who are watching at home right now. And speaking of those jurors, some of them paid good money.
Asking what happened to the witch. The witch was put on trial and found guilty by a noble judge that run into town.
How are you doing in English class these days, Dimitri? You mentioned you were in art class. What are your grades like in English?
I'm doing really good in poetry, but I'm not doing so good in just prose.
Got it. Well, speaking of our jurors, some of them paid good money to ask you a question directly, and we're going to hear those questions now, starting with this one from Isle of Sex, who wants to know, ever hear things from your parents' bedroom at night?
The one thing I hear is my dad going, "Why do you keep asking? You know it doesn't work."
I'd like to ask that we strike that piece of evidence from the record. I don't see how it pertains to the trial at hand, which of course is related to fishing illegally. So, jurors, please wipe that from your memory. We've got another question here. This comes to us, again from Isle of Sex, who wants to know, where did you find the water to fish in downtown New York?
Oh, frick. A hole in my guiltiness. The sink?
You were fishing in our sink?
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You have the maid take care of the kitchen.
I mean, I understand the concept of a sink, though.
The only time you're in the kitchen is you go, "I want a tall orange juice before bed."
Yeah, well, it's how I get my vitamin C. I don't like to drink it in the morning because the acid makes it so that I don't have an appetite for the rest of the day.
That's so stupid. I hate you.
Dimitri, please, answer this one other question. This one comes to us from Isle of Sex, who wants to know, how many gallons of makeup does Judge go through in a day? Okay, this is not a question that should be directed towards my son.
You answer it then, Dad.
Well, I'm going to plead the fifth, because obviously I'm not obligated to incriminate myself, nor am I on trial, Isle of Sex. So I reject the question.
Fine.
Dimitri, we've got another piece of visual evidence here that you have submitted as part of your defense, which you've explained at the beginning of this trial is actually designed to further incriminate you. Actually, two pieces of visual evidence. We're going to look at the first one now. All right, this is our cat. What does Shadow have to do with this?
Shadow's my best friend. And I'm willing to leave Shadow. See my knuckles? Knuckles and Shadow, that's Sonic stuff, Judge. Dad. I'm willing to leave Shadow behind, even though he's my best friend. Because that's what it takes to get your attention, and I'll do it.
Now, son, I know how much you love Shadow, and it would break my heart to see you two separated. So please, I'm asking you, don't plead guilty to this crime. If you do, there's a good chance the jury is going to find you guilty.
Oh, and then what'll happen? You and I will see each other the same amount.
Okay, let's look at the next piece of visual evidence. Bailiff, are we ready to look at that?
1 second.
Okay. Dimitri,
We're ready.
we're going to look at it now. What is this?
This is me fishing.
Okay. Now this does not look like our kitchen sink.
I didn't pull this up on Google Images. This is me fishing without a license.
Okay.
Doesn't it look like me?
No, Dimitri, that's not our kitchen sink, and that's
Shadow
not
in the
you.
background.
That's not Shadow. That's not even a cat. That's like a Labrador. That's not you, Dimitri.
Yeah, it is.
That guy has a ton of facial
Your
hair.
Honor of the jury, please submit that that's me in the picture.
They can't determine whether or not that's you. I mean, it's clear it's not you.
Put up the poll.
Okay. Dimitri, you have an opportunity now to make your closing remarks. I encourage you to use them to tell the jury that you are innocent of this crime.
Oh, I can't see you behind the pole. It's like every day of my life. I could have been a normal, nice boy. I'm the captain of the cheer team. I'm really good at poetry. Yeah, goths can do cheer as well. It's paradoxical, but it's not impossible. I'm really good at poetry, and Mom says I have a bright future in culinary arts. However, it was all squandered because my and excuse the phrase, limp-dicked father wouldn't take care of me and wouldn't show me any affection.
Okay, all right.
Now I want to be summarily executed by the state.
This is the problem with you millennials and Gen Z. Always, oh, I'm the victim. Oh, it's my parents who are the problem. They take no responsibility, no accountability for their actions. You could have fished with a license. You could have gone and done your art or whatever, your cheer or whatever without me. It's not important that I'm around.
Steely Pat, that's absolutely something.
Judge.
Rainer,
you know what?
You're not interested in anything that Dimitri has.
I'm interested in the law, okay? I spent years of my career trying to make a name for myself as a judge in this jurisdiction because of people like my son who have no respect for the law coming in here. And now, you know what? I think this will be good for you. Yeah, Dimitri, you're gonna get what you want, okay? You're guilty, okay? And I hope that this teaches you a valuable lesson.
Fine. What's going on? What are you gonna charge me with?
Well, we're about to find out. Chat, what are we gonna do? What is the punishment?
And let's be clear about this. You decide this. You are gonna pick this. So this will be on your hands, pal.
Executed by the state. Wait,
that's what I asked for.
That feels like a bit much.
Oh, now it feels like
a bit much.
Spanking.
No.
That's right.
No.
Come here.
No.
Come here, Dimitri.
No. I'm not going
Come
over
here.
it.
Lay on my. Yep.
No.
Just like.
No, you come here. You come here.
Hey.
No, you come here.
Come here and
No,
lay
you
on my
come
lap.
here. I'm not
You
going
come
there.
here
You
and
come
lay on
here.
my lap. Hey, one.
Bailiff's on my team.
Two.
No,
Don't make me get to
you
five.
Can't count.
Three.
You heard-
Dimitri.
No.
Dimitri. Three.
No.
Dimitri.
No.
Four.
Let me call Mom before you get to five.
Four and a half. Dimitri, don't let me get to five. Don't let me get to five.
I want to call Mom before you get to five. I want to call Mom before you get to five. I want to call Mom before you get to five.
Let's get Mom on the phone. We're gonna get Mom on the phone. I'm at 4.5.
It's not fair. It's not fair to have done this in front of bailiff.
Hi, my love.
Mom, Dad's counting to 5 and he's gonna spank me in front of bailiff.
That is so silly. Tell him, oh, what, did he not have his coffee today?
Hey, Mom wants to know if you had your coffee.
She's asking about the coffee thing.
Yeah.
Diane, put her on speaker.
Okay.
Diane, I had my coffee, okay? I'm fine.
Honey,
and
you better not be sentencing our son.
Diane, do you know what he did? He just got
now?
convicted. He just got convicted of fishing without a license. And he's supposed to be spanked. We're supposed to be a team here, Diane. We're supposed to be working as a team here.
Oh, I can just imagine the two of you, him so handsome and you sitting there with your robe so handsome. My boys, my beautiful boys.
Thanks, Mom.
Diane, this is not the time for that. We told you, I told you I don't want to be bad cops all the time.
What are
We
you
need to be a
feeling
team here.
tonight, gnocchi?
What?
Are you feeling gnocchi for tonight?
We just did gnocchi.
Can we do the sweet potato marinara?
You got it.
I was gonna pick something up. I wanted to. Okay, Diane, will you please tell our son that he needs to submit to his punishment? He just got convicted of a crime.
Okay, you two sound hungry. My boys are hungry. Come home.
Okay,
Come on.
hang up.
Okay.
Diane will see you at home.
I'll see you at home, Mom. I love you.
4.5.
No, Mom
Four
said.
and
Mom
three
said,
quarters.
Mom said this is not gonna happen.
No, she did
I'll
not.
see you at
No,
home.
she did
I'll
not.
see
She
you
just
at
said
home.
dinner.
I'll see you at home, and we'll talk to Mom, and we'll see who's actually getting spanked. Because I don't think it's gonna be me. I'll see you at home.
Don't even have the authority to spank your own son, dude.
Oh, I'm
One of the whole
gonna.
four.
He's getting one where the sun don't shine when I get home. Don't you worry about that,
What the hell is that, man?
folks. We need 10 more subscriptions. We need 10 more subs so that we can go back to the police station and do another interrogation. Thank you to everybody who supported us thus far. Where are we at on Michael Crime? Do we have anything else added to his rap sheet? Let's have a look at that. It appears that in addition to everything that he's been charged with so far tonight, Michael Crime is also being accused of whole lot of love and my cat, illegally cute. Okay, feel like some people aren't totally understanding the premise of this submission game. Just to make it clear here, the idea is that this guy, Michael Crime, go to the wide on Crime. This guy, Michael Crime, he's in there. He's being accused of a crime, and when you sub, you submit a thing that he did. Add charge to town criminal. I know it's not the most obvious phrasing. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out what the best, syntax for that was, but that's how it's supposed to work. Thank you, Region Pigeon. Or thank you, Catspa, I should say, for gifting a sub to Region Pigeon. Folks, we need just 9 more subs, and we'll do an interrogation, but we're running out of time because there's one more trial we need to get to now. So let's go ahead and bring out the defendants for that last trial of the night. Defendant, please take your place at the podium, or I should say, defendants. State your names for the record, please.
Stevie Shaw. Sorry, I'm Darren. Darren Shaw.
And I'm Stevie Shaw.
Stevie and Darren Shaw, and you are siblings?
Cousins.
Cousins. I see, the Shaw cousins. And BTS DM, thank you so much for the subs. We only need 4 now. Stevie and Darren, do you understand that you are here today because you've been accused of a crime?
That's affirmative, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we're gonna find out what that crime is. Just to clarify for our jurors, what is it that you two do for a living here in New York?
We have just launched a Hapkido dojo.
Taekwondo studio.
Hapkido dojo.
Hapkido and Taekwondo?
Taekwondo, but we did quickly realize that we are not the right people to open up a Taekwondo dojo, so we're pivoting.
That's
I
right,
see.
Your Honor.
Well, thank you for that information. And chat, can you please tell me what it is that the Shaw cousins have been accused of doing? I need to be reminded. Eating spaghetti crazy style. Yeah, that's the first thing that I saw. Thank you, Logan the Brogan, for reminding me. Now, obviously, folks, the way that somebody consumes their food is their own choice to a point. But when somebody starts to eat spaghetti so crazy style that it begins to impinge on the rights of other citizens here in New York, it becomes a crime. And Shaw cousins, that is the very crime you stand accused of today.
Let me speak. Well, first things first, Your Honor, I would dispute the term crazy style. What we would describe it as was eating it Lady and the Tramp style. And what we were trying to do was just see if it was possible. We'd always seen the film, and we wanted to try it out.
To be honest, we didn't think this is what was gonna... bring us in today. We thought maybe it would be more to do with the way we've pivoted our dojo to sort of be a general, American self-defense studio. But I guess
Are you doing that criminally? Is that...
Nope.
Okay.
Well, it's funny you should ask. This is this streaming on Court
You don't
TV,
have
Your
to
Honor?
speak into the mic. The mic is, the pickup pattern on the mic is fairly wide. You don't have to crouch down to the mic. It's grabbing you.
Got it. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
So this is on Court TV, right? So
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So we should go ahead and just announce our rebrand. We will be pivoting, as my cousin said, as Stevie said, towards a more general American-style self-defense. So what you would want to do is you would want to have this here. This is what's called a knife. And whenever you're accosted on the street, you just go ahead and whip that out. Go crazy style on your
Mr. Shaw,
assailant.
Mr. Shaw, I appreciate the demonstration. You should not have any lethal weapons in the courtroom. Bailiff, did we not pat these people down?
No,
Wait, you said I can't watch Lethal Weapon in the courtroom?
Well, you shouldn't be watching Lethal Weapon, but what I was saying is
What
that
about Lethal Weapon 2?
you should not be watching any movie while you're working. That's a movie, Bailiff. You shouldn't be watching movies while you're working.
But what about Lethal Weapon 4, Judge?
Bailiff, I think you should know the answer to that based on what I've just said.
Bailiff didn't really want to pat me down because of all the pasta sauce on my shirt.
That's a great segue, Stevie. I appreciate you getting us back on track because unfortunately we're not here for you to plug your self-defense class. We're here to get to the point of the crimes that you stand accused of. Now, witnesses at the Olive Garden did say that when you guys did the Lady and the Tramp spaghetti style sucking, it was so powerful that when your faces hit each other, the blast was so powerful that it actually injured people in the immediate surroundings. Do you recall that?
I blacked out as soon as we made contact.
I was just so, Your Honor, I was so excited that we had finally achieved it. You know, we had always watched the film again and again and never known if we could actually do it. So I would agree with Stevie that I don't recall.
But this is actually a great opportunity. If you find yourself in a restaurant and let's say there's an incident, a loud bang, it sounded like what, an explosion of some sort? Mm-hmm. What would you do?
You'd want to go ahead and you take out a weapon. And
okay, Bailiff, how do they have a gun in here?
Because I don't want to pat them down, that's rude.
It's your job.
You want to point it at the assailant, and don't be scared of it. You know, this is a tool, and it could go off at any time. So what you want to do is kind of point it the direction that you want it to go, and it will take care of itself.
And if you're me, and I'm getting a gun pointed at me, what you're gonna want to do is you're just gonna want to go, sorry, I'm sorry.
This is the
please,
self-defense
I'm sorry.
advice you're giving, is just to say, I'm sorry, don't shoot me?
Sure, if we were teaching actual Taekwondo, then yes, there would be a method this close contact for me to disarm my
Careful with
But-
all right, we are on the precipice of a mistrial here. I think we need to expedite this particular trial because of the danger involved with having all of these weapons in here. So I'm going to put it to the jury quickly. We're going to get a poll up, but I do want to give you an opportunity, defendants, to state your case on why you feel that despite Lady and the Tramping so hard that it created some sort of physical explosion in the restaurant, injuring people, that you should be able to walk free out of
Judge,
here.
you wanted to expedite the weapons?
No, Bailiff, do not give them.
You cock it. You cock it.
And I'll be on
That's
the
Lady in the Trampet.
Right.
All right, Bailiff, let's get the poll up.
Well, careful.
Oh my God, they're Lady and Tramping the gun.
Oh, you missed it! Damn, you
Sorry.
missed it!
Do you need us to do it again, Your Honor?
Yeah.
No, we really don't.
I just kind of cut away because when a gun is pointed at somebody's head for any amount of time,
Oh no!
YouTube really doesn't like that.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Don't worry. We were long demonetized.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but Court TV loves it.
That's great. It's great court TV. That's undeniable. All right, jurors, go ahead and get your votes in. And Stevie and Darren, if you want to make any closing remarks, now's your opportunity.
Look, we know we messed up when we opened the studio.
And when we whipped out the knife, and when we whipped out the gun, and when we pointed the gun at each other's heads and did it crazy style.
But we're here to say that...
Where are they getting these weapons?
We are passionate about self-defense.
And we, yes, love pasta. But there's no way that us eating together, Lady in the Tramp style, could have ever triggered
Stop
any
handing
kind of
them weapons.
supernatural incident or anything of that nature.
Come down to the dojo. We are in the strip mall.
We're not
right
calling
next
it a
to the
dojo
last
anymore.
one.
It's just
and
a studio.
the diaper factory.
Close
Self-defense
the poll.
studio.
Close the poll. This just turned into an advertisement for the defendant's businesses. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to continue that business as you have been found guilty
Oh,
Your
of eating
Honor.
spaghetti.
Honor.
Crazy
Your
stuff.
That's
honor.
just wild. That does not make any sense.
Come on.
Where is the justice?
Seriously,
Your
like.
Honor.
What is the punishment, chat? What is the punishment for these two? We're gonna find that out.
I'm thinking, like.
Careful with that gun. Careful with that gun. That is gonna get us in trouble.
Use the knife to scratch it.
Frogs. Burlap Nutsack just says frogs.
Frogs.
Punishment's frogs. Yeah, frogs for you.
Not frogs.
Frogs.
Oh, please, Your Honor, who's gonna run the business?
Frogs.
Frogs?
We gotta go to the interrogation. We have 2 minutes left in the show.
Frog room, please.
Ribbit.
We're going to interrogation. Thanks for all the subs.
Wait, we got a bunch of.
Oh, we got a bunch of Michael Crimes.
Yeah.
Michael Crime is also accused of squatting, only 145 pounds. Oh, that's some weak shit. Big Bird, damn, that one motherfucking what? Big Bird, damn, that one motherfucking Big Bird sneezed 3 times in a row. Okay, are they talking about Big Bird?
I'm guilty of that.
And herpes. Okay, I think we need to change this sub game, maybe.
Well, apparently, Judge, the
I don't know.
notification said you can sue somebody still.
Ah.
I think that's what threw him off.
Ah, okay. That is my fault. That explains a lot, and that I will take full responsibility for. I forgot to change what the bot says. Let's go to interrogation.
And I told your mother not to. Oh, he's here. He's here.
That's the coolest guy in school.
Oh my god.
Listen, son.
Laney.
Oh my God, Laney.
Son?
So that baby shirt's on backwards.
Oh!
Oh,
Shit, frick.
Why are you calling my officer baby?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, we went on a date once. It's no big deal.
What?
Oh, I'm supposed to add.
Sorry. This is the best day of my. Sorry. Dad.
Officer Bambimo.
Officer Bambimo?
Officer Bambino, can you go easy on Laney?
So you're on a first name basis with this young man?
You're the
He's
coolest.
2 years older than you. I mean, he's in high school.
You're the coolest person in school, and I know that I know that someone firebombed the principal's car, but I don't think it was them.
Well, that's not our job to determine, that he's innocent. What?
That's my man.
Officer!
Big man.
What's up?
Big man.
Yeah.
Big man.
Absolutely.
Big man.
We've got some questions for you, son.
Okay, bet.
I have a question. What's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite movie?
Jesus.
Figure it out here. Let's figure it out. Yep. Shrek 2, first one sucks.
Whoa. Oh my
Oh
God.
my god.
Well, that's just demonstrably
Puss in
untrue.
Boots.
Puss in Boots is in it.
Puss in Boots is my fave.
Oh my god.
Is my fly down? No.
Okay, well, you have a question?
Are we gonna win state?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I hope we do.
I know the answer.
Nobody's gonna be winning state if you're locked up in prison. Son.
Yeah?
No,
Got it.
not.
Yerp.
Nice.
We winning
awesome.
for real.
Awesome.
We going all the way.
We need to focus on the crime at hand.
Okay.
Sure,
All right?
sure.
We know that somebody firebombed the principal's car.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
And we know that you and the principal had beef, as they say.
Well, principal is totally not cool then.
He's not cool. I mean, have you ever seen him? He kind of looks like you.
It's
Oh,
tell
yeah.
him tell him what the principal did. We'll all be on your side. Tell him what the principal did.
What'd the principal do? What'd he do? Huh? Gotta tell him what the principal did. Don't want to say cheated with your mom. Oh yeah. Principal took the Coke out of the water fountains. Me and the basketball team, you know, with all our charity money, we retrofitted all the water fountains to have Coke because Coke's way cooler than water. So, principal didn't like that, and he took it out.
Coke has no taste memory.
What?
Speak on that.
Speak up.
It's
Coke
really,
has no taste memory. So
No,
you can-
not you. What are you trying to say?
it's really cool when you go to like the water fountain and there's like Coke in there instead of water. And it was like, it's so cool. And it's 2 classes, like.
Is this why you've got so many cavities now? Huh? We just spent $2,000 at the dentist. Look, we need to focus on the crime.
Do you have a date for homecoming?
Oh. Getting asked out to homecoming right here in the middle of the interrogation. Okay. I see her. Okay. Got it. I do now.
Oh my freaking
That is highly inappropriate. All right, we're in the middle of an active investigation. Right, the officer.
You're making me
can't-
blush, girl. I'm looking like this basketball right now.
Okay. Why were you all covered in smoke and stuff after the car got blown up? Was that right?
Yes, that was for
He's on
once
to me.
a good question.
He's on to me.
And then can I talk about what I meant by Coke has no taste memory?
No, we'll talk about it later in the car.
Okay.
I want to know about that.
I saw a clip of Warren Buffett talking about it.
What does it mean?
It means that like Coke doesn't register with your tongue as like you
Got
don't
it.
get tired of it.
Whoa.
Well, you know, I was hosting the cool basketball bonfire where we burn all the old basketballs in the football field.
Yeah.
They have to burn the old ones or else they have shitty basketballs.
Yeah.
We gotta win state.
So that's why I was all smoky and stuff, you know, and kind of smelled crazy because basketballs, you're not really supposed to burn them. We do it anyway. It's the best thing to do.
Is that why you guys are both having lung issues? God, I gotta take you to a specialist next week. You know how expensive that is?
I know, but it's fine. I'm gonna pass the breathing test. I feel like I really will.
Oh, Jesus. You know, you're guilty of more than just this crime, I bet.
Wait, no.
You keep affecting my officers.
Your kids?
But the people I mentor, yes, I think of them as my kids.
Can I ask you something? Can I just hold your hand real quick?
No. Stop that!
It's okay. Be cool. You're in right now.
I don't think that'd be appropriate.
I just want to ask you something.
Go ahead, son.
Do it, Dad. Officer,
I just want permission to take your daughter to the dance. I just want to be like a respectable young man. Make sure that her pop approves of it before, you know, take her out and, you know, we dance a little bit, we have a good time.
If you tell me who firebombed the principal's car, I'll think about it.
Okay.
Okay, we're almost there. We're gonna seal the deal here. We just gotta figure out who bombed
I
it.
got a question next that I think's really gonna cinch this.
Hold on, I got him right where I want him.
Okay.
Got it. Obama.
I was just gonna say, no matter what, do not say
That
Obama.
was an epic.
That was a-
Okay, I've got a question.
Amazing one.
If two siblings who were trying to be cool at the school were to have firebombed the principal's car so that you would think that they were also cool like you are, and then you found out that it was them, would you think that that's cool in a way where you'd want to hang out with them? This could be about anything.
This could be about anything. Could be about anything. Got it. Bet.
All right, we're gonna do a little. Hey, folks, we're the Everything Now Show. I was just telling the guests we're gonna do this, and then I will bring them out for plugs. We're the Everything Now Show. We do this 5 times a week, if you can believe it. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So come on back tomorrow. Tomorrow there'll be 2 episodes, 90 minutes each, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's the daytime one, so come on back. And follow all the socials. And thank you so much. Here, someone take over.
Like Chris was saying, follow all our socials, but the most important things to follow, folks, first of all, join our Discord, the Everything Now Show Discord, because not only will you get updates on what's going on with the show, you can also participate in the show by submitting images that we use on the show. Like tonight, all the evidence photos were submitted by you, the viewers at home, and pretty much all of our episodes have image submission games.
Flex the As in War shirt.
Like that. So jump in the Discord. It's free to join. Just type !Discord. And then the Everything Now Show Patreon for even more Everything Now Show content. There's a podcast that comes out every single Friday. People are saying it's good. One's in the chat. If you listen to the podcast and you like it, type Patreon to get a link to that. It's just $7 a month for the podcast. But if you are an insane person and you give us $90 a month, you will join the elite ranks of the hot dog standees like Sentinel, Creative Steve, Caboose, New Dark 90, and Rewardian, and you will get a shout out at the end of every single Everything Now Show episode, just like they just did. So consider joining at any tier, really. But $7 gets you the podcast, and it also gets you a discount on Everything Now Show merch, which is coming down the pipe very soon, folks.
I believe Saturday will announce it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, if we get it back tomorrow, maybe we'll.
There's some new merch coming down the pipe, folks, so...
And you don't wear it.
You don't wear
It's
it.
not something you could wear. That's a little hint. So join the Patreon before then so that you get a discount when the new merch drops, which will happen probably sometime in the next week. Folks, this show has incredible guests on all the time, and tonight was no different. We had 2 phenomenal guests that we could not have done the show without, so let's bring them out now. It's Sonny and Mike.
Come on out, Sonny and Mike. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Returning champions. Thanks so much for doing it.